Greetings and welcome to Chaotic Beagle Entertainment. Thank you very much for joining me today. I am Chaos, your host as always. Thank you very much. Got a lot to kind of go over. So what we're going to do, we're gonna review a little bit of my Gencon experience and just some of the stuff that I saw, some of the people I talked with, a few different things. But if you do enjoy these types of videos and like the unboxings and all the stuff that's going to be coming up, soon, please do hit that like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified when we get some more videos up and some more action going. It has been a little bit, so I do apologize for that. We were on vacation last week, and then it's just been a hectic week this week to try and get some videos recorded and get them up. But we are here, we are rolling. We get this out of the way. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. But we will go ahead and just kind of get rolling on the Gencon experience. I have a video I'll be putting up either before or after this one that is going to be just a quick rundown of some of the video I took on my GoPro while we were at the convention up in Indianapolis, Indiana. At the convention center. It is such a fun event to go to. I go to this convention every year. I've been going since 2009 or so, when my teacher at ITT Tech, Michael Price, kudos to him and all the best to him, actually talked the school into taking us as game design and development students to the convention because he had some connections and some friends and some people that he knew that were up there debuting different games and just kind of showing stuff off at the convention. So because of that, I have spent thousands and thousands of dollars going up to this. But it is so much fun. It is not an experience that I would, gladly give up at all anytime soon. So hopefully we can keep it going in Indianapolis so it's nice and easy for myself to travel there. The venue is massive. They take over the entire convention center. They utilize actually the field of the Lucas Oil Stadium. They've utilized the basement to complete their true dungeon. They utilize the basement to, complete their True Dungeon events, which are really fun events. Did not get a chance this year. I think next year, going to try and get a crew to go through that. If I gotta cover them or whatever, we'll do it. We have some very new people in our group that have joined us to go up here. What it is, usually the first week of August, sometimes towards the end of July, this event takes place. It is 4 great days of gaming. Normally starts out on a Wednesday for just events, activities, and a lot of different stuff, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the vendors hall opens up, the exhibition hall, where you can go in and just spend a plethora of money buying things like what you see before you here today. A lot of fun. It's so fun to go in there and see all the nerds, all the cosplay, all the different events and activities. A lot of that you will see in the video. If you haven't already, check out the video from last year, debuting some of the stuff from Gencon as well. One of the first things that I did, one of the first big things I did with the channel, going up there and just recording and getting a lot of video and a lot of interaction, a lot of the activities and different things. So check that out. If not, I've got one coming up from this year's. A lot of fun. So many incredible things went on. Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss were there, actually signing off on the recently released Dragonlance book, Dragons of Deceit. This just came out. They were there signing that. So that was really fun to talk and interact with them, getting the signatures. Bought a couple of different books because I like to give these away. With something like that, that's an awesome giveaway. Sometimes just doing a lot of different stuff with those. Sometimes I'll get a couple extra copies and sell those just for those people that did not have the opportunity to make it to the convention. So sometimes I like to grab some of these to give away to people that I know love the books. Some of this stuff is going to be for giveaways on the channel as well. Just a lot of different stuff as well. Love the convention. Love going. Love having all kinds of fun and doing things. But I guess I'm just going to kind of go through and just randomly start at the front, maybe work my way back for a number of different things that we have in front of me that were purchased at the con with different intentions in place. But just a lot of really fun things. They have an auction hall there. So if you're interested in doing auctions for, any kind of role-play books, games, dice games, anything you can think of, this convention centers around it. They had a video game hall with retro games. They had a video game hall that had stand-up arcades, old ones, new ones, all kinds of different stuff. The auction hall, they auction off a lot of different stuff that people have put up. They had the consignment store, which actually the consignment store, I was able to get this figure, which is a mystic troll from the Blood Rage game, because I know a lot of people are looking for that one. That's a nice piece there, and it's just a really good looking troll. I love the way that thing looks. It's really, really sick. I was able to pick up that. I picked up a couple of small things. What else? I picked this up while I was in there, which is called Dragon Slayer, the dice game with a twist. Basically, this is a dice game where you roll to see if you can defeat a dragon. And for each dragon, there is a green, blue, and a red. Green, I think, was 2 points. Blue was 4, and red was like 6 points. So if you can defeat the dragon, then you get the points. And you can basically store the points, put it, move it on to the next player in line, and then they try their hand at it. Really fun looking game. This looks, I like to pick up, as you can see over here, sometimes small, simple games. We love a lot of those because we can take those to the con. I can throw them in my backpack, and while they're in my backpack, not taking up a lot of space, I can shove a lot more stuff in there that I've purchased, and then be able to go out and dump everything at the vehicle, so that way we go back in and do another round. And these don't take up a lot of space, so you can, before they open the exhibition hall, there's usually quite a few people that are sitting on the floor right in front of the doors waiting for them to open, playing just little card games or dice games. So some of the games that we play are Batman Dice, love that game. Batman Love Letter. Also have Loot, which is a pirate game where you have merchant ships that you send out to get coins, and you can, basically pirate raid, other people's boats, their merchant boats, to try and get the most points. Love that game. We take that and play that all the time. We probably played it a good 6, 7, or 8 times while we were up there. We do Love Letter, Batman Love Letter. I had Batman Flux. We took Happiness and Cyanide's Trial by Trolley. A lot of really fun games that we have. Just small ones that we can fit in a pack, take along. They don't, they're not big box games that take up a lot of space. So we usually bring those along. There's a couple different ones that I looked at possibly picking up, which, speaking of small games, we'll go ahead and start there. So again, this Dragon Slayer, looked at it. It looks fun. It looks simple. It kind of goes along with the small game idea that me and my buddies are really into. We used to be really big on the big box games, but we kind of steered away from that because they take up a lot of space and they take up a lot of time to play, and it's just sometimes hard. The older you get and the more adult time takes over, the less you have to really play some of those big in-depth games. So that's something that we kind of keep in mind, and I look at for picking up new games. So this one is Dragon Dice, done by Indie Board Games. 2 other games that we saw. So at the Lucas Oil Center, they cover the whole field with this big flooring. They put a bunch of tables out there and a bunch of play areas. Half of the field, or maybe a third of the field, they go and turn into what they call the library. The library just has a massive amount of these carts that have games, big box games, little card games, dice games, you name it. They just have game after game after game after game. You grab a game, you take it up to the desk, check it out, go back to wherever your buddies may be sitting, and you play it. So usually we'll have 2 or 3 people each grab a game, see if it's something we like, see if it's something we're interested in playing. If it's too hard, we may not. One game that one of my buddies ended up grabbing was this game, Coup, C-O-U-P. This is the Reformation pack. So, the game that he grabbed, it is basically a bluffing game. You've got 2 cards that represent like your hit points or your inspiration or your, I forgot, loyalty or whatever it is. And so, actually, maybe it'll say on the back here, maybe, I think it was inspiration. Influence. There we go. Influence. Each card is your influence. You only get 2 influence. Once you're out of influence cards, basically somebody has forced you to flip one of your cards over, then, you know, you have 2 cards. Once you flip both of them over, you're out of that game. So the last man standing wins. And it's got different characters, like the captain can steal cards, but if somebody else tries to steal cards from one of your opponents, you can actually block them. But the thing is somebody can challenge and be like, I don't really think you have the captain. So they challenge you, if, you know, and then they basically, you know, put that up. And if you win the challenge, basically saying, you know, flip your card over, yes, I do have the captain, then basically they win, the challenger loses, and that challenger flips over one of their cards. That's 1 influence gone. So they got 1 card left that they have face down. And then the player that showed their card wins. They basically shuffle it back into the deck, pull another one, because everybody knows what that card is now. So you basically have to cycle that one out. And it's really, really fun. Real simple. This pack here, and this is another one by Indie Board Games. I was able to pick this one up for, I think, 20? I want to say it was 20. So I picked this one up for 20 because it's the original game plus the Kickstarter, which had 2 extra characters in there. You know, it had the Countess, the Duke, the Captain, and then it had 2 more characters added in. So I picked this one up because it's real simple, real fun game, takes no time to play. I think it says that it is 2 to 10 players, which it is, it can, and 15-minute game time. Perfect. Love that. You can get 4 or 5 games in a short amount of time. So I went into the vendor's hall, picked this one up. They had a sale where if you bought another game that was 15 or more, then you would get $5 knocked off. So why not get the Don't Mess with Cthulhu game? Not sure about this one, how it plays or anything. I will probably see about grabbing a lot of these games and playing them on the channel, do a little rules breakdown, and just kind of show them off to you guys and have some fun with them. So keep an eye out. We'll be doing that and just showing off, you know, doing some of the rules and different things with some of these games. But this one sounded fun. Don't Mess with Cthulhu. This one also has some Kickstarter exclusives in it, so I was like, why not? I always love some Cthulhu. So those are some of the things I picked up there. Another game we picked up was Kittens in a Blender. Got this one over at the Catalyst booth. This one I actually picked up last year, but I know I've talked to some other people that have played it. Kittens in a Blender, very fun game. I know some people that have played it and they enjoyed it. They loved it. Very entertaining, laughing, funny, that kind of stuff. So another easy small game. I think this one, let me see, so this one is 2 to 4 players. It takes 20 to 40 minutes. So not bad, not bad. Easy, fun, fast. Let's see, let's go. So the first booth that I stopped at is my usual, as always, Battletech with the Catalyst Game Labs. This released this year. This is a pre-release Alpha Strike box. So right now this box is currently not available for purchase. It will be very soon. But in this box you get 8 Inner Sphere mechs, and 5 clan mechs. And then you also get some, you get a little storybook. You get that. You get the quick start rules, so you can at least get underway with that. The actual big rule book, they had the Commander's Edition big rule book. You can grab that one. I think availability on that one is a little limited right now. I grabbed mine as soon as it came out some time ago. I think 2 years ago. Maybe it was last year. No, it wasn't last year. It's 3 years ago maybe. I grabbed that one because it is a combination of the original Alpha Strike rule book along with the compendium. So I picked that up. Love it. Easy. But this is, at least a quick start to get you underway. So with this box, you can basically do a 2-player match where basically you've got one side that can take the Inner Sphere and the other side takes the clan mechs and just kind of get a good slugfest going. You need usually the standard play area is 4x6, so just keep that in mind. It does need a little bit of area. And then terrain, let me see, this is the primer book, which is basically just some information about, the lore, the different factions, the clan factions, a lot of really, really cool stuff in there. Love, love, love that. They've got the Rasselhog Dominion, Raven Alliance, Clan Jade Falcon, Smoke Jaguar, the Ill Clan Wolf Empire, House Steiner, Mercenaries, House Liao, bunch of stuff in there. A lot of stuff on the different eras and the different time periods. So, nice little book to have. All this comes with the Alpha Strike box. So you got your mech cards there, a whole stack for every mech that it comes with the box. You have pilot cards. So each mech comes with at least one pilot card that has a front and a back. So there's different pilots on each side. A couple of dice. And then recently added battlefield support. So this is airstrikes, thumper artillery strikes. You got air bombings, different stuff like that you can add points to your faction or to your group. And basically bring some extra destruction along for the battle. So very fun. At the convention they had a big a full box of these, but I figure we'll try these out and see how our group does with them. And then the mechs, as always, lovely. So with these you get a Fire Moth Pouncer, a Blackjack, you get a Nova, Locust, Wraith, Wasp, my lovely Timberwolf as always, Archer, Warhammer, Warhawk, Atlas. There's a couple others in here. I forget the names of them, but they are in here as well. Gorgeous little sculpts. Love the minis that they're coming up with. I know they have some new stuff that they're going to be sending down the pipeline soon. You get some foldable buildings you can put together. So you can make it a nice little urban map. And then it's got the quick start rules there. And then it has punch outs for objectives. Usually you will use dice for the movement, but they actually came up and made little tokens to go beside them. TMM if you sprinted, TMM +1 if you did a jump. It's got little trees that you can punch out of here, and then they just make little four-sided trees. And then if you have objectives, or if you use the support cards, it's got a little marker right there. If you're aiming at a certain spot for the artillery, it may drift or whatever it may be. And then you have objective markers here, and then another punch out of trees. So you can punch out a whole bunch of trees and just make a big elaborate battle scene. Love that kind of stuff. We do that all the time. Love that. So much fun. But this was $80 for the Alpha Strike. What is it? Boxed set, I think is what you can find it. Currently, again, not available. They had it for early release at the convention, but not actually out for full sale just yet. but there's that. So that was the first spot that we went to. So I picked that up. Love that. Picked up a Neoprene Play Mat, which I'll just take a quick second to show you. They had a ton of these. My buddy Grim bought one. I purchased this one. So basically, it is a grassy plains map, and this is a hex-covered map. Grassy plains map on one side, and then the other side is a lunar terrain. So, just real quick to show you guys, those were a couple of the things that I picked up there. I think that was really about it. I've got a lot of the stuff that I already want from Catalyst, so I'm just waiting for the new stuff to come out. They had some minis of the MechWarrior Destiny minis. Really not minis, and things were hefty. But they had some of those, so we've got that. And you guys will be able to see some of the video and pictures of those in the video that I released, or going to release. So did that. A lot of fun. I love Battletech. Oh, and they had free posters as well. They always do posters. This one was kind of cool because one side it's got, you know, several of the mechs that are in the box. Just kind of readouts on those. Love those, you know, basically size comparisons to the Mech Warriors. And on the reverse side, it's got pictures of all the little mech minis. So, love that. Love it. Lots of fun. So that was one of the first spots we went to. We went over to the WizKids booth, and we actually put in, so they had the convention release pieces. So the convention release pieces this year were Spider-Hulk, Harley Quinn, and the Batman Catwoman wedding piece. Those were a couple there. The Fantastic Thors. So, had those come through. Very nice. Love those. So, we had those. And then, what else was available? They actually had, which I'm excited that they had because I missed out on it 2 years ago when they released the Wonder Woman 1980s set. And you could send in the UPCs. If you had 20 UPCs, you could send them in and get one of these from that year because there wasn't any conventions. You know, we had COVID. So they had the Fulcum, Fulcum Abominus colossal size mini. So I was happy to pick that up. Loved grabbing that since I had missed out on that one before. And then the other mini, which I had to grab one of these because I'm very much in our group as far as HeroClix. I don't really mess with Marvel unless it's Sentinels. I have probably one of the most massive Sentinel armies. I've got Master Mold and Nimrod and Bastion and everything else. So I build up a Sentinel army. And what I do is I have, you know, my buddies. I'll tell them, hey, you have 2,000 points apiece for Grimjin and our other buddy Bob Goblin. If I do a 1v2, I've done 1v3s where basically I'll take on 3 people. I'll be like, hey, you each get 2,000 points apiece and I get 6,000 points worth of Sentinels. Do some massive battles. We had, as time's gone on, early on there weren't a lot of Sentinels. I got my butt kicked a lot of times. I've got the super colossal Master Mold that's sitting in a chair holding his hand up. Love that piece. Great looking piece. It's expensive, point-wise, and it was great, except it didn't have any support. I didn't have any Sentinels to support it. Now, a little bit different. I've got pretty much all of the colossal-sized Sentinels that you can think of. I've got them all, because Master Mold needs some backup. So this was another one. They allowed you to get 2 copies of any of the convention exclusives, so I grabbed a couple copies for a lot of different stuff. And then with each set that they picked up or that you purchased, they gave you this little WizKids Yeti. Like, it's a little punch out plastic. You stick it in the base, and you have, what was this? The Abominable Yeti. So that was a nice little pickup there. Something free, something fun. They just threw them in. They're probably just getting rid of, they were probably for giveaways or something like that. Just getting rid of them. So there was that. Let me see. Got the book signing. Oh, Dungeon Crawl Classics. For anybody that doesn't know, if you haven't seen on the channel, we actually have where myself, Grimgen, and Bob Goblin and several other people went up and did a cabin. We did the Hive of the Overmind module, which is from the Dungeon Crawl Classics. So it's basically like D&D, except what they do is you start out doing what's called a funnel. Funnel is basically we give you 4 level 0 characters. Basically just a farmer, a merchant, a sheep herder, goat herder, a glass blower, pig farmer, duck herder, just goofy stuff, blacksmith, a orphan. We've had just an orphan. So you go and there's a website where you can go and pre-generate characters. You take those 4 characters and run them through a level 0 module, so at the DCC booth, Goodman Games, they were giving away these quick start books, which this one, there we go, very sick looking. I had to grab that one. And then another one, these are just quick start rule books. So they were giving these away for free for $10. Normally $25, you could get this big hefty rule book. It's got all the rules in there. This is a very fun system. It's very simple, but it's got some depth to it. You have different charts for like wild magic and stuff can go wrong. You have a chart in here for criticals. So you can actually have a critical take place. Grimgen had a orphan character that ended up taking a dagger to the head on a crit and ended up basically going brain dead. Like his character was just he went into a coma. So the character was essentially dead. But stuff like that can happen. You can lose a limb, you can lose a leg. They also have Mutant Crawl Classics as well. It uses the same rule sets in the books, except the modules are, very much different. They're based on like thousands of years in the future. We have mutant people, humanity's basically crumbled, just different stuff like that. Post-apocalyptic, very fun system to run. When you purchased this, you got one of the modules, I believe for $5 or for free. I can't remember. It was basically, this is for $10 and this was either $5 or free. Either way. So I picked that up. So this is the one that I grabbed. This is Through the Dragon Wall. I like the art on it. So not really knowing anything about what the module is about. I believe this is a level 3 adventure. So I just kind of grabbed it because of the cover. There's so many. Grimgen ended up buying, I think, every module that they had, which was like 20 of them. And it's so dope. He ran the one that we did at the cabin. A lot of fun. Love it. It's so flavorful. It's so enjoyable. So I did not have my own copy of the book, so I picked one up. And especially for $10 and getting the module with it, yes, A1. Love that. Also, for $25, which is a little bit pricey, but they give you this massive set of dice. I picked up orange, so let me see if I can give you guys a good look at. All right, yeah, so I picked up the orange set. Now, the Dungeon Crawl Classic system uses weird dice. They have D24, D30s, D16s, D3s, D7s, D5s. So with this, you get, I think, how many dice is in here? 5, 10, 14 different dice. So you get 14 dice for that price. Still not bad. I mean, about $20 for any of the other dice production companies, $20 you're getting the same. So it's really about $5 more. But they have some really gorgeous sets. One was what was it? Vampire something that Grimjan's brother grabbed. Love those. They look like they were made out of blood. They look so dope. If I had seen them, I probably would have grabbed those. But I was happy to grab these. I've got a red set of dice that I use to just, smash everybody in the face. You guys can see that on the videos that I put up on here. But I picked up a set of those. This set was the just orange set. But they had some really dope names. I picked these up because I did not have a set of the weird dice to do DCC with. Now I do. So, speaking of dice, Chesix went and picked up and refreshed a couple of different sets. They had I picked up a gray with red numbers set, a red set there, red marble with gold letters, and then the blue with white letters there. And actually, give me 1 second. Yes. So, something that you will find is, and they didn't, last year they did a much better job of advertising this. This year they did not. But some of these are black light reactive. So if you can see that, so that's the normal blue set, and then you throw a little black light on them. So if you got a black light, you're doing role play or something, and you got a black light on, these are some of the dice that will really show up. So hopefully everybody can see that. It looks so dope. They just glow. But I picked these up. I've got a couple of sets. I picked up more so that it'll just make it easier when I am rolling for multiple things. When we start getting higher level and they're doing, regular damage with piercing damage and acid damage and this and that and the other, makes it easier for me to just roll all the dice, get it done in one shot, and keep moving with it. So that is one thing as well. So I picked those up. That was great. Love that. We got the modules here. They had the Warhammer booth. So many nice things at the Warhammer booth. I do not play Age of Sigmar. I have some Warhammer 40k pieces that are Blood Angels that we use for Kill Team. Haven't played it in a little while, but two of the pieces that they had the Primus Company Champion for Space Marines, and for the Auric War Clans, Mugruk, Dawacha, Dawacha. Here, let me get it. Let me see. There. Dawacha. So, Swamp Kala Shaman. So, yeah. So, I think that's for the Age of Sigmar sets. And then the Space Marines. I just picked these up. These are the collectible ones. I like the collectible exclusives. I'm at the convention. Why not grab exclusives while I'm there? So that's usually what I end up, getting my hands on. So I got some copies of those. Really cool pieces. Really nice. Love the art and everything on them. At the Warhammer booth, they had so many incredible minis. One thing that they also had, which I really can't show you much of anything other than they had Blood Bowl, which was released some time ago. But what they were doing a quick play test on the Blood Bowl game, so you can kind of check it out for some of the different gameplay and everything. It looked really, really fun. I actually, much appreciation to Grimjan, who actually bought myself, his brother, and Spartan tickets. So the four of us went and we played Blood Bowl. So what it was a 2-hour time slot on Saturday. We got to play Blood Bowl. And either one of two things. You could keep the minis that you were playing with for the playtest session, or you could go back and pick another team if you wanted to. So I ended up going back and picking up, I think these were the Eye Gouger Orcs. So I went and picked those out because they just look really cool. So yes, and I think I am going to do a construction and paint session with Spartan. And I'm going to do Chicago Bear colors because, why not? That's my football team, so I'm probably going to do Chicago Bear colors for my Blood Bowl team. So very hyped, very excited about that one. Some of the other stuff. Oh, gotta talk about this one. So got some face masks from Dragon Shields. Picked up. So they had, these are pre-release or early release set of sleeves from Dragon Shields. So what it was is, so you could go to Dragon Shields. These were pre-release. This is called the Wraith color. There we go. This is Wraith, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous purple. This is matte, so they're not glossy. There is texture on the back of these. The front of them is black, so instead of being purple, all the way through, they're purple one side, black on the other. The set that I decided to sleeve up with them is Miram, Sentinel Worm. This is my commander set, my commander deck for her. Very nice set. This color was gorgeous. So what it is, you got the sleeves and the 100 card carry box, which I don't know if I can get the camera to, oh, there we go. If you guys can see that, it actually has like a little dragon that's kind of curled, wing goes up here, wing goes up here, little dragon curled up on there, and then on the back it says, you know, deck shell, there it goes. So this was like 15 for a 100 sleeve box, and then the carry box. Love this color, very gorgeous color. Everything fits in there nice and snug, no problems. And then they gave out some free masks. And then not only that, but they had, so the Gencon exclusive for this year is this blue, which has, if you can see it, there we go. The emblem on the front of there is also on the cards in the same kind of manner where you have the matte texture here, but it's just a little bit smoother for the actual art. So they did the same on this set. So we've got a couple sets of those with the dragon on there. Love that. With that, they also had the Dragon Shield Kingdom art book. Love this book. They also had these cards, which were free, and they have 3 of the dragons from this book and from the lore that they have in the Dragon Shields. On the back, they have 5e D&D rules and stat blocks. The rest of it, because you need the legendary actions and everything else, there's actually a scan box there that you can scan that, and it will give you the full stat blocks. This is just the general, like, strength and wisdom and charisma, and the general actions. It has a bite, breath of charms, the skills it has, damage resistance, damage immunities, all that kind of stuff. But then if you want the really in-depth version, you can go and just scan this card, and it'll give you the full stat blocks on those. Love that stuff. Very nice. What is this? Artemis, Escoterix, and Ripodon, Rhipodon, Ripodon. That's what I'm gonna say. So very nice. And then with this, the book is gorgeous. It has so much gorgeous art in there. You know, just so much lore, so much information. The writers and the stuff in here that this book has are just incredibly detailed. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And the guy that put this together, Ian Spiegelbloom. So you can see his name at the top there, Ian Spiegelbloom. Really cool guy. He was actually there signing these. So when in Rome, or when at Gen Con, and if he's available, I was able to get his signature up there live. He went and I had a couple of these, pulled them out of my backpack. He's like, "Oh, you're my new best friend." So I was laughing and just talking with him. He is the main one that gets everybody together. He talks with all the artists. He collaborates with the writers. Just so incredible of a book. This is one of my favorite things from there. I mean, it's just ridiculous how awesome some of the detail is in this. I love it. It's great. It's fun to just thumb through and just read some of the stuff if you've got some time to sit and read it. Some of the lore, excerpt from Scion Emperor of the Eternities Volume 4. Just so ridiculous. It's so awesome. If you do have an opportunity to pick one of these up, I suggest picking it up. If you are into dragons, you're into adding in more lore and more different stuff, pop up one of these dragons in a dungeon you have, because these dragons that are in this book or on those cards are not ones that you would normally have, so it's going to be something new. You know, even a seasoned player isn't going to know this kind of stuff unless they're into, dragon shields, and they've grabbed some of those and looked at them specifically. But you can pop one of these up in your dungeon, and next thing you know, you've got, something just off the wall, and they're like, oh, this is new. If you don't want to create it yourself or anything like that, very nice, very easy. Lots of detail. Oh my God, it's so awesome. This is one of my favorite things from the con, is this book, and I was happy enough to get a signed copy, get it signed from him in person. I think last year they had signed copies, but those signed copies were ones that he signed. He wasn't there to sign. I think he had signed off on them, and they just had a stack of them. But this year he was signing them live. I was able to actually get him and talk with him. A lot of fun. He's really, really cool guy. It was funny. We were going to get signatures from Tracy Hickman on the Dragons of Deceit book, and he was ahead of us in the line. So he ended up getting some signatures and then heading back over to the Dragon Shields booth, and I ended up chasing him down to get his signature on these. Love this book. Such a great book. I have a lot of fun with it, looking through it, using some of those dragons, different stuff like that. Love that stuff. Very fun. Very, very fun. Very cool. He did an incredibly good job at putting this together. The artists it's ridiculous how good some of those artists are. The lore and everything is so in depth. It's got so much detail. Even the front of the book, the dragon that's on the front of the book alone, that's a nightmare dragon. That's nightmare fuel right there. So love that different stuff. Love that. So that was fun. Let me see, what other direction do I go in here? Did the hero clicks. So there were a couple of booths that ended up having HeroClick bricks for like $50-$60. So myself and Spartan grabbed a few. I grabbed the brick of Rebirth here, and then also grabbed a couple of bricks I grabbed one, Spartan grabbed another of the Justice League Unlimited set. So we grabbed a couple of those. We are going to do some unboxings on the channel, and then I'll probably do mine, and then we'll do a special guest unboxer and have Spartan do some of his own work and just messing with him. I'll have him join us and have him do an unboxing on the bricks that he picked up. So that was fun. That was really nice to end up getting that. Let me see what else we got left here. I think at Goodman Games they dropped this. I think this was just an art pack that they gave to us. It's just, it's a mouse on an eagle, some birds, and some rabbits in the snow, just different stuff. Love getting freebies. I love getting free stuff. I love getting exclusives, just because, like grabbing this Alpha Strike box, pre-release, love it. I can get to work on painting these and getting them primed up and ready and based, and then fielding some of these. A couple of mechs I didn't even have previously. The Pouncer and the Wraith from this set didn't have previously. So that's fun and cool to do. So let me see. Oh, if you haven't noticed, the giant mass of dice over here. At the Chessex booth, I grabbed those 3 sets of dice I had mentioned earlier. And then what you can do is for $40, or if you're like me, $80, you can basically get a water pitcher, and they have this massive like bowl or this massive bin of dice. You take this water pitcher, you just dunk it up in there, get all the dice that you can, and then they hand you a plastic bag and you just dump all the dice into the plastic bag. So went and did that. A lot of times I sell things on eBay. I do giveaways. I do a lot of different stuff, so I like to throw in extra little incentives. So I'll probably just make a bunch of sets of little sets of dice, and throw them in with, you know, anything I sell or any giveaways that I do or anything like that. So that's coming. That's what all this is for. And this is so heavy. I mean, this is probably a good 6-7 pounds of dice. This is probably another 4. So lots of dice, lots and lots and lots of dice. So there's that. The big boys here in the corner. So as we did last year, oh yes, let me get that out of the way. As we did last year, this was a convention exclusive grab box. We're gonna do the unboxing like we did last year. Keep an eye out for that video. I'm gonna be doing that soon. And basically just giving away a lot of the stuff that's in here. What we'll usually do, myself and Spartan will go. Grimm's joined in on some of it. Gonna get some people together, gonna do game nights, play some of the different games and the activities that are in these. I believe this more is a novelty box, if I remember from last year. It has like Funko Pops, stuffed animals, figures, comic books, might have some games, different stuff like that. This is more of a novelty box. Definitely gonna be unboxing this and doing some giveaways. So keep an eye out for that video. That'll be coming up soon. And then the other box over here, which I was very pleased to be able to get. This was Board Game Booster. And I will, when I do the actual video, I will look up who the group was that did this one. Picked up this box. I know this one's going to have games. So I grabbed the heaviest one, which this one's hefty. Some of the other ones a little light. This one's heavy. So it's going to have some big stuff in there. This one will have some games. We'll play those games. We'll give away those games. We've done Flourish. We've done, what was that? Spoils of War. Got a few more coming up. I'm going to try and see if I can't get at least one game. I've got 2 games that myself and Spartan have already played from last year's boxes. So I will do a quick little rule breakdown, quick intro, and then let you guys see what we did on those. I ended up winning one game. Spartan ended up winning another. We'll let you figure out if you know which one is which. And then we're going to give those away. So those will be coming up. More coming up out of here too. So when we do this, I'll do this unboxing. We'll do a play test of all the different games that are in there, and then give them away free of charge. Nothing. You just got to throw a comment down below kind of thing. But this is really nice. I think they said a lot of the proceeds go to Toys for Tots. So that's really dope on these. But basically, it says it's over $120 worth of value. I believe this was, I want to say 50. I could be wrong. I want to say this was 50. That one over there was 70. I want to say 70 for that box. But it was really cool. Talked to the guy that was at the booth for that one, and he was telling me there was signed copies of the Waterboy script. There was a PS5 that he had. So basically, he put tickets in each of the boxes that could possibly win those prizes. They had Funko Pops. They had limited edition, like hard to get Funko Pops. Actual like Waterboy script signed by like Adam Sandler. They had a bunch of really cool comics that you could possibly grab. Like some of these you can get comics in them, like graded comics. So a lot of value possibly in there. And then if you opened it up, so we opened it up, but there's brown paper, so I haven't seen what's in it. Brown paper in there, and it had a ticket, that you could possibly find to win one of the prizes. It's like, hey, you've won the PS5, you won the script, you won the hat, you won the Funko, whatever it was. So I tried my hand at it, did not win anything, but I always grab these because they're fun to open up, and I love giving away stuff to you all for joining me, watching the videos, hanging out, coming back, and doing more with me. So I have that as well. So we'll do those 2 unboxings here in the next coming weeks. And then I think the only thing left, there was a gentleman on the way out of the convention. He handed myself and Spartan this Hammer and Nails card tile game. It looks like a simple little game, takes about 25 minutes, suggested for ages 8 and above, 2 to 4 players. So myself and Spartan will probably see about doing a quick little games day, recording some of those games, throw them up for you guys. And then what I'll probably end up doing, because it looks like he was giving these out free of charge. He was outside the con over in front of the food trucks. So if I can get some information, because I mean it looks pretty good value, pretty good packaging and everything. So if I can get some information, I'll tag him below. If you guys are interested in picking up this game, we'll do a play test, and then I'll probably just go ahead and give this away. Just so you guys can check it out if you're interested in playing it. And then also I'll link them up, www.cardtiles.com. So fun little game. Probably check that out, see how it is, and then just put it up as a giveaway kind of deal. So that's about all from the stuff that I've picked up. Had a lot of fun. Oh, so each year at the convention, they end up giving you usually a carry bag. This year, the carry bag was this, which was quite nice. Oh, can I get it? There we go. Join the hunt and win games. And that's Czech Gaming, what was it? Czech Games Edition. Which they seem like they had, it's I guess a newer company. I've not really heard of them before, but it looked like they had some really impressive stuff, some really cool stuff. So they were there, and then Vampire Masquerade. So really, really large bag. We usually go and take these back con after con because some of the larger games are easier to carry. I've got a backpack that I usually carry my stuff in, but that thing does not hold nearly enough compared to some of the stuff that I buy, as you can see. But yeah, so pick that up. And then the books. Every year they have different art on the books, on the program books. This year's book, I just had to bring this one up. This is an incredible art that they've got. It's very simple, not a lot of colors, but the detail in it. So there's like gold detailing in like the halberd that this girl has, the cape, the edging there. You know, it's got like it's hard to show on the camera, but it's got some gold detail, and then it's like a female like paladin is probably what it would be like, but the cape itself has like this dragon. That's a dragon that's just flying upwards, and it's got its wings spread. Gorgeous art. I think of all the years that I've gone, this is probably my favorite art that they've done. This was incredibly done. So yeah, and that is my Gencon experience there. They gave away some face masks. I think last year I tried them on. It didn't fit very well, but I don't know. Maybe it'll fit you guys better. I don't know, but I wish it did fit. It's very cool. It's a basically just a dragon's mouth. So very cool, very dope. I can get it. There we go. So it's like a dragon's mouth. I'll probably throw these in with something that, any giveaways or anything like that. I've not worn them, so you ain't going to get none of my slobber in the back of the mask that's coming through the mail. But that was part of it. They gave those out. I think that's everything for the most part. I had a lot of fun, picked up a lot of stuff. Gonna see what I can do to give you guys some enjoyment from the things that I was able to pick up for the fun of it. Got some videos that'll be coming up of us just trekking around the convention center. So do keep an eye out for those. Other than that, I appreciate you guys joining me today. Hope you all have a good week. For any of you that were at Gencon, hopefully you had as much fun. Throw me in the comments below what some of the activities were that you got into while you were at Gencon. Myself, we did the Blood Bowl play out, and then we also did the Battletech grinder. That was a lot of fun. Basically, they had 6 levels of mechs, and you would randomly roll, pick out a mech. They would give you the mech. You would sit down at a table. It was me, Grim, Spartan, and Grim's brother. It was the 4 of us. We sat down. They sat down 2 other people, and we just slugged it out. Any kills you got, you would get a salvage box, one of the little salvage boxes that has a random single mech in it. You would get a salvage box. If you died, then you would go back up to the table, pick out a level 2 mech. They had 6 levels. So you would start at level 1, you would go back up to the table, pick out a level 2 mech, come back to the table, sit down, and keep swinging. So it was a lot of fun. And then you could actually play more than once. So if you played on Thursday, you could come back Thursday afternoon, play again. You come back Friday, play again, and progress through the levels. Or if you get kills and you're just murking people, you could do that and just keep winning, boxes of salvage. So we had a lot of fun. It was enjoyable. But other than that, I think, Goodman Games also gave out this, which was super dope. It's my other car is a Wizard Van bumper sticker. It's a big old sticker. That was something else that they threw in at Goodman Games where they do DCC. Lot of fun. Had so much fun. Myself and the other guys, we usually grab a Airbnb. We stay for the few days. We grab pizza, ramen shops. We grab quick, easy food, and then we hit some of the food trucks. Especially the Pierogi Love. Oh yeah, love them. They do a great job. I love some pierogies. So, or for those that pierogies, yes, same thing. But we checked that out. Had a lot of fun. Picked up all kinds of goodies at the con. Very pleased with the trip. Had a lot of fun. Go every year, so we'll be doing it again next year. Keep an eye out for that. And hopefully if the channel gets bigger, maybe we can do some little get-togethers, do some activities or something up there. So other than that, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. I am Chaos with Chaotic Beagle Entertainment, signing out for now. Hope to see you guys back soon for some more fun with other videos and other stuff going on. Other than that, y'all take it easy, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye.